Well, it wanted to go live this way. I don't know why it wanted to go live this way. I don't know how to rotate it. Rotate it. Operation is locked on the device. See, it just does something weird. Anyways, went the wrong direction. So, I'm trying to make some of my own catfish rigs. We'll see who jumps in here and see if anybody goes live with me or jumps in. Oh yeah, Chad Thompson. How you doing, brother? So, my phone wanted to go live like horizontal instead of vertical. I don't know what its deal is. But normally I just tie a hook on into a swivel and don't use nothing. Everybody's like, you need to try to put some rattles and all that other stuff on. So what I got me taking a day off. Well, right on. I took some days off myself, and I decided to jump up here today and just go live for a little bit while I was doing this. So let's see who all else jumps up in here for a little bit. But I'm gonna go ahead and tie me one of these. Everybody ties their hooks different. Some people do a no knot, and some people do like this, where I'll put the line through the eye, then I'll make a loop, then I'll take this in and I just run it through there a bunch of times. So I'll go through like 7-8 times. And this is 50-pound line. I gotta hold on to it. These hooks Freddie's got, man, they slick. This is the Freddie FOA hook. The Bright Bite is what he calls it. Size 8/0. I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is right here. Then I'll go back through that thing, put tension on that. Pull those. Man, 50-pound line is hard. Around here, I'm just going to use this 50. I probably should put on some stronger stuff, but like I said, I'm just making me some catfish rigs. I'm going to try. This one's going to be a short one. I don't want it real long. I want it short because I'm going to be down there in the river where I'm at. There's a rock every 3 feet, so I want it short so it doesn't get hooked up. Got 5 people watching so far, watching me. I tried to set my phone to where it was like this so y'all could see, but it didn't want to do it because it wouldn't let me go live vertical. I wanted to go live horizontal. So anyways, here's a FOA hook right there. I'm gonna put me a orange bead on there, little banger bead. Then probably put another bead on there, make it 2 beads just cause. So we've got 2 beads. I'm gonna put 2 beads on there, so put 2 beads on there. I figured the hook's got 2 orange balls, and we'll put 2 pink balls. A little rattle. You think some of them glow in the dark? Where's my flashlight? Where's my UV flashlight? Oh, there. Oh, these 2 right here glow in the dark. Put some UV light on it. And then So you can see they're glowing. I didn't know they glue in the dark. That's pretty cool. But so now we got to there. And like I said, I have no flipping idea what I'm doing here. These are just some little rattle, you know, I mean, you know what we could do? I got some of them. What did I do with those? They're probably, oh, they're in my truck, I think. Hold on a minute. Let me ask Gregory. Hey, Gregory, them little spinny doodad rattles are in the truck, aren't they? The little spinny rattle doodads that were in the box. If you would go get those, please. Ouch! That was my finger, and now the wheels got stuff caught up in it. All right. So like I said, we're at this point, and Gregory's gonna go get me another the other set of rattles. I have a set of rattles somewhere. I think they're in the truck. I think they got put back in the truck, didn't they? Yeah, because this little rattle, this is pretty good. Now these rattles, I got these designers. These are pretty good, but they're just not, I mean, they're not very loud. I guess underwater, that'd be pretty loud. But I got this other rattle that, you know what? I'm actually going to take and do this. Take that bead back off there. Like I said, I don't know what I'm doing. We're just playing around here. Killing some time. Got this. I need to go get my other phone. Hey, Matthew. What are you doing? Can you grab my other phone there, please? So we'll do it like this. We'll put one on top and one on the bottom. I wish I had some of these orange ones. I think Freddie sells these too. Thank you, sir. Yeah, they was in the truck, wasn't they? So I got these. These were 3D printed and by a viewer, and I have since forgot his name. It's been a while since I've got them, and I have literally forgot his name now. I'm just drawing a blank. So my bad. Kansas Chad. Howdy, bud. I get my Norman. I get my other phone because it's not showing chat up there, so we'll read chat this way. I'll read chat the same as y'all. All right. So then Gregory got these little rattle things for me out of the truck because that's where they were at. Ooh, they're warm too. So these were 3D printed by a guy, but I cannot remember what his name. I got. Yeah, it catches trash on them. I'm sure it does. I'm going to be using them at Cheney. So this is the rig that I'm going to have set up in this way when we're kind of rolling at Cheney. And then I'm going to get some other stuff tomorrow to make up some more rigs that have a float in them. And I'm just going to go get the biggest cigar floats that I can get at either Walmart or Cabela's somewhere. But I just wanted to make the little catfish rig, so I mean that's pretty loud. And this here, to me, this in front, if you're going in the water the way it turns like that, I think that would knock some of the trash off there. It's not good. These little dingleberries, like these ones here, these little rattles, yeah, they do catch a lot of trash, especially in the river. But I tried one of these little spinner things just by itself on with a bead and a hook down at my river here. It did pretty well. So I'm gonna call that my river rattle for, you know, short water. And I was literally thinking, you know, I was only wanting it like this long, but I'm gonna go a little longer. And I'm not tying no fancy knot up here. I could tie a Palomar, but I'm just gonna do old school. We're literally catching 5 to 10 pound channel cat with these type of rigs is what I'm wanting to do. The river's pretty swelled up, and there's been quite a few people up there. Don't use your teeth. But do what I say, not what I do. Is that the way it goes? Okay. So, I just realized what shirt I had on too. Don't nobody get offended. It's my opinion. All right. So, that's a short little, probably 16-inch long, probably only about 15 inches. Hey, give me that tape measure. I want to make sure. I'll be fibbing to people. There's a tape measure right there in front of you. On the middle of the bar. Oh, Bobby. 922. How you doing? It's going to vibrate like crazy. Okay, 17 inches long from swivel to 17 and a half. Swiveled in the hook. So the line's about 16. There you go. So there's a 50-pound rig. I'll swivel on the end. It's just, like I said, these are just for myself. So I don't care what they look like. And I don't care if they work. I mean, I know they're going to work. Yeah, I don't care for too much if I get trash on there. It's not too hard to shake it off. Fishing in Kansas rivers, you're going to get a lot of trash anyways, I think. So we oh, also another thing for my regular viewers, the ones that are always in here. I got me a new Walmart camera, 4K, one of the owns. Somebody said that it shows the blue it shows blue as blue and purple as purple. So we're gonna install this in the next day or so. I just got that yesterday or the day before, I can't remember what. But we'll put that to good use. So I'll make me another. And I just got the old standby. Well, I gotta point it in the right direction. I got the old standby, you know. It's going to show it backwards because I'm on my phone. You can't read. Ah! Drop that rig and snag it on my hand. We'll find out if it's sharp, won't we? I can't handle nothing today. Ugh. All right. Let's let my cushion out from under me. Hold on, man. I got it. Sometimes my cushion in my wheelchair just gets out of whack, and I feel like I'm leaning. Oh, that was cute. Dang, Dave, you can't hold on to that today, can you? Come on, bud. What you doing? I guess at least it's lucky that it's 50-pound line and it only unwound like 6 feet of it, not 40. Okay, 8 feet of it. So some people, they do a no knot. So we go like this and then go like this. And then you come back through. This is a no knot. I think that's what it's called. Come back through like that. Pull on it. Now, some people have problems with this knot untying on them. Now, in order to stop it from untying on you, if you dip it in hot water and then pull it taut, it helps. But it also helps if you just have new line. So this is new line, but Also, I'm giving her a pretty good tug. So see, now that's not gonna unwrap. Some people said that they'll come undone. I have never in my life had one come undone unless it was like, you know, oh, it seems like the 15 to 20 pound line, sometimes they'll come undone if you don't, if you're in real cold time, you know, like walleye and stuff like that. But I don't seem to have no problem with these. So pulling that line good and tight and make it straighten out. Sitting there in the car where it's raining. Old Bobby's getting rained on. Yeah, I don't know. I don't use rattles and stuff too much because we don't have the rivers around here to use them. Um, uh, right now, Cheney has got some really good running water in it, and there'll be people fishing there. But usually, I go in the early afternoon, and everybody's either left because nobody really wants to fish during the middle of the day. But also, maybe a little umbrella holder for our umbrella. I forgot to put a bead on there. Made a little umbrella for our umbrella holder, and or I mean for our umbrella holder for our umbrella. We bought one of them 9-foot umbrellas. Yeah, I've never neither, but you know I've had a couple. Like I said, I had a few, but it was probably because the line was real cold and old. You know, back in the day, but it was like 15, 20 pound line. But that's the only time I've ever remember any of them coming undone. So since we did a no knot on this one, I'll do a Palomar. So Palomar is easier now. Just double over the line. Stick it through the eye. Tie a loop. And then stick the swivel back through the hole that you just made. Like I said, don't use your teeth, but your dentist might like you. I got good teeth. Paid enough money for them. Now I got 3 crowns, but everything else is my own. And the only reason why they gave me 3 crowns because they couldn't put no more cavity or no more filling in that one, and the one fell out, and this dentist wasn't comfortable doing a 3-side fill. And I like just crown it. He's like, I want to crown it, but they gave me these. Oh, I don't know what the crown's called, but they're like, it's like the toughest material they got right now. Because once they put a crown in my mouth and I broke it in a week. Not the temporary, neither, the real one. So I think those will work just fine for what we're going to do. We'll see if the other thing is I want to use these spinners that I got, these 3D printed ones. I want to use those to see if they tear up the line. They seem like they're doing they're pretty smooth, and with the water turning them and stuff, I'm sure they'll be lubricated by the water. But there's me a couple rigs there. Then we got some other. I got some big old jig heads that to go chase some striper and hybrids. I'm gonna tie up another couple rigs. I might tie up one of those jigs. We're just gonna use them glow in the dark hooks. I'm gonna go backwards with this one because the way that hook is crimped going the way I was going, I don't think it matters which way you go on a no knot knot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I like 8. I don't like less than 8. It seems like more just doesn't make a difference. Oh, right on. Yeah, I got, all they had was 4 of these little dinghy ball, you know, the double dinghy balls like that. So that's all we'll have. I just figure I'll go up for a short live. We'll see how many people jump in here. I don't know why it wanted to do it that way. We'll go with a different color. These sour trues. This is a pretty loud rattles too. These are quick enough to tie up when you're out on the boat, but pontoon boats rock pretty good. Mine was anyways. But in Kansas, our lakes are so shallow, the water top is so turbulent, you get tossed around pretty good. But we did get the boat out the other day, Friday. We didn't do a live because of that. My son, Timothy, he was like, we're gonna make Gregory learn how to do that. So he's like, we got Gregory out there, and we made Gregory learn how to launch and do all that for the boat. So now shouldn't be too much of an issue. It's still gonna be kind of a sketchy thing. I mean, he's still kind of scared about it, but I think he'll do all right. And I'm gonna try to invite people to go with us too, so it's just not just us. I have a couple guys around here that they said they'd go. I've offered to one of them, and he's got excuses, so that's fine. You want to have excuses, I understand. Sometimes I make excuses. But like I said, I've seen somebody on there, but if you want to get some good rigs that are all pre-made up and stuff, go check out Kevin, Fat Boy Rigs. Chad Thomason, you still in here? I know he's got the link to them rigs. Go buy some rigs from him. He got little daughters that he got to support. I didn't want to do an orange one. I wanted to do a green one. He got a couple young girls. Yeah, Fat Boy Rigs. Oh yeah, you can find him on Facebook. He probably did a better job than me, but I got the stuff, and I'm just gonna whip them up. Now, also, if you want to use the swivel, you could do that whole knot where you flip it behind, you flip it in front, and then you go between, and then you pull it. That's how you make a Schnell knot. A Schnell knot. Actually, I'll just do another Palomar. And like I said, I'm doing these for myself, so I don't even care if they're all even length. Here, we'll do a long one. I wanted them short, but I mean, that's still short. Another little Palomar. Oh, get over the right way there. Probably should use pliers. But I'm not like putting a lot of pressure on my teeth. I'm just getting a little bit of a slack out of it. The fish can pull the rest of it out. Oh yeah, I seen them where they got eyeball. He's got someone's got the little tag on it. It's got eyeballs, or it looks like an eyeball. Yeah, and they flash and stuff. See, this is good enough for what I'm gonna do with it. Catch some channel rats out of the river, maybe a flatty or something. That's all rattles that I got from them whatchamacallums. I don't want to waste all them. Still got the pink hooks, the red hooks, and the chartreuse yellow hooks. So I saved those. There's not very many swivels coming in that pack of swivels, or very many beads coming in a pack of beads neither. But let's I'm gonna grab something else here and show you. So when we're trolling out there at Cheney the other day, I had some pretty big quarter-ounce jigs, and if you went more than half a mile an hour, it made it to where the jigs didn't want to stay down in the depth a little bit. I mean, even though we're only in the 7 to 15 feet of water. So I poured me up some of these dudes. I've done these before. So I got these big old guys. We'll get the vise down and tie up a couple of them big dudes. These are going to be like for some hybrids, so forgive the booger nose shot here. I am not very set up for camera quality today. I was just doing it on my phone. I didn't want to fire up the computer and do all that stuff. So, hey, that'll work. Indiana Chris, welcome in, bud. Curbside. So these are a 4/0 hook, so I gotta really open up my vise for that. But let's tie a couple giant goofball things so we can try to catch a couple hybrids. Just for, S&Gs here, we'll get something going. If you don't know what S&Gs is, look it up on your phone. What is S&Gs? You should know what it is. Okay, let's figure out what colors we're going to use here. We got some white and some gray. We'll put a mix of two and a couple of them in there. And these are big old dudes, so we're not. And these are for hybrids. So hybrids are crazy. They'll hit anything. As long as it's white, silver, purple, something shiny like that. Maybe sometimes they hit chartreuse pretty well too. But I'm literally wanting to, 8-10 pound fish is what I'm trying to get. And Naomi went shopping real quick. So she's like, I got too much on my list. I want to go to town. I said, which direction you going? North, south, east, or west? She can go any directions 30 miles to the grocery store. 30 miles to Pratt, 30 miles to Hutch, 30 miles to Wichita, 30 miles down south to Anthony Harper stuff, which she don't hardly ever go that way no more. She almost always goes to either Pratt Walmart or Goddard Walmart. And then if she's got to go to Aldi, she'll go to Hutch and then hit Walmart up there. And I hate going to Walmart. So it's just best if somebody that likes to go to Walmart goes to Walmart, and she likes to go to Walmart, so she can go to Walmart. I guess I should tie that on the right side of the jig. I probably should have done the gray first. In the water, that jig's going to be like this, so I try to put the dark colors. If I do a 2-color, try to do that there. So let's get this. Lay it in there. Get it a bit down. All right, now time to put some flash to it. Hey, John Oyler, how you doing, bud? Possum. Then I'm just tying up some. I did some catfish rigs here, fellas. I'll show you. We had some Freddy's hooks that we got when we bought the Freddy rod and some other gear. So, and then I had some beads and some rattles. And somebody, I bought these from somebody, and they sent me some extras. I can't remember who makes them. I greatly apologize to that person, but these are 3D printed, and these things are loud. So we're gonna give them a shot. But after we tied those up, I was like, well, I got these big old jigs that I want to do for hybrids, so we'll tie up a couple of those too. I'm not going to do a long live today. I just wanted to get up here, and like I said, Mom went to town, so might as well, since I was sitting here doing this, might as well go live, right? Nice and quiet in the house. Gregory's in there playing video games. Matt's doing his thing. He was doing some dishes a minute ago. He's wanting some extra chore money. I don't know what if I want to just de-silver on that one. Got a bunch of goofed up tinsel here that's like all twistified and out of whack. But yeah, so like, okay, so here's the other thing is, when we went to get back up on the dock, and game warden was there, and I am kind of a jerk when it comes to the law, and I'm that whole, how can you do your job and how can it be constitutional? How can you look through everybody's stuff, even though we have the Fourth and Sixth Amendment and all that stuff? And I mean, I just, I was being that guy. He informed me that you have to have a throwable life jacket, like a seat cushion or a donut. And I have a regular foam life jacket that I could throw just as far as one of them stupid seat cushions. So what does it matter what I'm throwing at somebody if they can grab it? And you would think that the seat cushion with the handle on each side might be all right. But you think throwing somebody a life jacket that they could clip on, I don't know. Okay, anyways. But also they said my one fire extinguisher is so small and my boat is so long that I actually have to have the bigger fire extinguisher or two of those small fire extinguishers. And I said, the only thing that's going to catch fire is the gas or the motor on the back of the boat. They're like, well, yeah, but your deck is wood and blah, 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 blah. Hey, Sampy. So now tomorrow we're going to go to Cabela's and I got to buy another fire extinguisher. I got to buy the seat cushion. Somehow Gregory got my life jacket wet, so it blew up. And so now I got to buy a new tablet, a reset kit. So, and a new cartridge. So you get the reset kit, it comes with both. I'm about tempted to just go back to a regular life jacket a foam life jacket, because I don't wear mine anyways. On a pontoon boat, only one side can sink at a time, and I know everybody wants you to wear your life jacket, but yeah, that's a whole nother subject. I'm not on a river, I'm on a reservoir. Most of the time we're in 4 foot of water. If I fall overboard, I'll just swim to shore. No, there's no current or, I mean, on real windy days, there would be some, rip tide, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Gregory always wears his life jacket. He can't swim. I float in the water. If I fall over, I'm just sitting there bobbing. I don't have enough muscle to sink in my legs, and my legs just float. I'll sit there and float about right here at this level. If I take a deep breath, I can come up to about here. I don't know. I should wear my life jacket just to be an example, but yeah, I don't know. Yell at me, I suppose. It's not the law here, so if you're over 18 years old, you don't have to wear a life jacket. You just have to have one with you. I want something super sparkly, flashy. But I was thinking that I had some silver somewhere. I gotta build me some new cabinets or something over here. I'm getting too much junk. I went to a friend of mine he was getting out of the tying. He'd been out of tying for a long time, and he decided he just definitely wasn't going to tie anymore. That he was clear finished. So I bought a bunch of his stuff, and then he just gave me some stuff. Thought I had some silver somewhere, some like big floofy silver, but all I got's the. I got my skein, and it's not a wide millimeter. It's not a wide millimeter silver, but we'll wrap it on there. A lot of tires, if they want a bulky body, they just wrap back and forth a few times. So we'll just do that. I broke it. I pulled a little too hard. I was trying to cinch it down a little bit, trying to get it up in the chenille. I was trying to pull on it, trying to get it to suck down in a little bit tighter, and I snapped it off. See, that's a big old fat jig there. That crappie, I caught a crappie, a big old crappie, 2.5, 3 pound crappie. We didn't weigh it. I just threw it back because I didn't want to keep it out of water long. On the live. So if you didn't watch the live the other day, you can go back and watch the live. It wasn't too far into the live, but caught that big old crappie on a 4-inch long flicker shad. So if it'll eat that, it'll eat this. So big old dude. Big old disco ball head. Got another one right here. Let's tie something a little different colored. Let's do a different technique. Gregory, your dog's whining at you, bud. You hear her? I don't see how you can't. I want to do some weird color, but I don't know. Gregory, let your dog out. Actually, you know what? I got just that much chenille, this much marabou left in this little pack. So we'll just tie this up as marabou. That's, ouch! Hit my finger. See my finger? I would show you the finger that hurts by itself, but somebody might say I'm being indecent. That's what happens when you grind your finger with on a rod holder. And you're like, oh, no, I don't need no gloves. I'm just going to do this one. I'm just going to clean up this one little piece of ankle. And then it slipped off and I went, zip. And I was like, oh. I was like, what'd you do that for, Dave? But that's okay, because last week, you see that? Last week I burnt the crap out of myself. And it was depot burnt. The scabs come off 3 times. I washed my hands enough that that scab's come off 3 times now. It'll be a nice scar when I'm done. It'll be all right. I probably should go get a tetanus shot one of these days. End up getting lockjaw. I don't think I've had a tetanus shot for 5 or 6 years. As much as I keep doing stuff like that, I probably should. I know, dang, right? Tried cooking my hand. See, look at that. That's a pretty good hole, too. It's got some depth. See if I get it turned the camera right. There you go. It's got some depth to it. It went all the way through the skin. I mean, it cooked it off. I couldn't get it off my hand fast enough. Yeah, take care of your whiny dog. It's the Dotson that's doing it. She's an old lady. She got to go pee. Yeah, I thought we was going to have to put her down a year ago, and she's still holding on. I'm going to get rid of that little hard feather. I don't like it. That still needs more floof. I'll put one more in there. Here's another hard feather. We'll just cut it. So Possum Gregory said that you guys are gonna go live again this next week, or you try to, or whatever. We'll want to see if we can maybe get out there and get about, but I'm not gonna promise nothing. You're always on so late. I just can't. I can't. I'm gonna try though. And then old John Gregory says that he wants to do a one-on-one with John Euler, and I was like, well, one of these days when we get out on the weekend where John's not working, we'll get out there and do something. Come here, Gregory. Come here. Before you eat real quick, come here. Mom said you can have them burgers that are in there. Come here. Get in the camera view. Get in the camera view. Come here, bend down here. See, look. Now, John. Look, John's in there. See, John Euler. See, he's in there. Tell him right there. Say, look. See, when we can get out on the boat, or if we want to do it from bank, we'll get out on the bank. Look at that camera. See, look, right there. What's Possum saying? Had a gar, put on a tent on. Oh, had a gar put a tent out into his thumb. Yeah, you think that hurt? Look, Possum saying howdy, Gregory. But John, he said that he wanted to fish against you, one-on-one. He said he would. See, look, now gonna run away because I put him on the spot. He did say it though, John. So we'll get out there one of these days. We'll get something worked up. Bobby said, "Hi, Gregory," or "Hey, Gregory." All right. That's going to be enough fluff. I think it probably could use a little bit more, but I think it'll be all right. Now, I want to do some of this darker color here. So, like, this is some, they call it this bullfrog flashaboo. And usually, you can get in the back side of this, at the top, and get you a little, hook you a little bit. And then pull you a little bit out like that. That way you ain't making a big old mess and getting it everywhere like I have all over my table. And I got a reason for using this color because I got a color in mind for the body. I just want to be careful to get this all on there the way I want it. This stuff is like real soft and flexy. We're going to do 2 runs of that. Oh, see? It's so soft that it got hung up. Lay down there where I want you at. Come on now. Cooperate. I'll go back just a little bit right there. Yeah, yes, sir. Lock her in, Dave. Lock her in. Some of them's a little short on that side, but you know what? The fish ain't gonna care. All right, so then we'll get some of this color out here. There's some chicken enchiladas in there too. Gregory fixing to get his chow on. There's some, we go get the Brahms burgers, the Brahms hamburger place. And they got a bag of boogers for $6, no cheese. You come home, you put your own cheese on it, your own pickles. You ain't buying 5 meat patties and 5 buns for $6, much less, you know, I mean, you try to buy that somewhere, you're gonna be spending 12, 15 bucks. I'm trying to wrap this on here thick without the static electricity trying to pull everything on me. Queen Possum! Yeah, the bell never notifies you when we go live? Well, better go back and make sure you push that bell. Ring that bell. Ring that bell. Oh. All right. Get out of there. You stupid thing. Why you keep doing that? It's like trying to curl up in the way. It's like my hair. It's just curling, goes everywhere. Bobby. Queen Possum called Bobby sweet cheeks. So look at there. See, that'll work. I think a hybrid. Ouch! It bit my finger. Now we gotta see if we can get a fish to bite it. All right, so let's get this out of the way for a minute because I don't have no more jigs over here. I done used up all my jigs. I just tie up a couple more of them rigs. We just do a rig with the spinny thingy because I want to have a couple of them handy. But like I said, y'all want to buy some rigs, go hit up Kevin and Fat Boy Rigs. He find him on Facebook. He's who you want to get rigs from. Let's save those Freddy hooks like I said. Ouch. We'll get some standbys. I use Gamakatsus mostly. But I want some circle hooks as well. So put that on there. Put it in my other hand. I like it better in this hand. Put that line back to about here. And then there's the way that it's pressed on there is on this side down here. So you turn it and go like this. You're going to go across that. Just go the other way. Don't matter which way you go. Ain't a toilet bowl. It don't matter which way it flows. It's going to go one way on one side of the world and the other way on the other, supposedly. I don't know. I ain't never been to Australia and see which way toilets flow. See, that knot kind of wanted to get dumb. That no knot was trying to come untwirled. Now it won't. Eat one of them burgers. Got it? All right. Stand there staring at yourself. Ah, that was a long old line. put on one of these little squishy beads. I think these are more for like weights. And you can put an egg weight on in there with it too, if you're just using that. I got some different colored ones. I got a red one. I don't know if red will make a difference or not. So these ones are just gonna have that and a bead. Just saves having to tie them on the boat and dropping stuff, and y'all know. And then most likely we're going to use them, the Freddy ones that I did just a little while ago. These ones. So here's a Freddy one with his bright bite hooks. So we got double dingleberry. These are the ones I did at the beginning of the show, when I first jumped on here. So they're pretty loud, I think. I'll get them all I'm just going to throw them all in little bags. Get little Ziploc bags. We got these little ones for snack baggy stuff, small. Hi, Lisa. I think what we'll do is I want to take y'all out to the shop with me here. I got some meat on the grill I got to go tend to real quick. Get that swivel on there. Okay, so there's a long one. So that one's probably 24 inches. But it's got that big old circle hook on there. And like I said, I wish I can remember who gave these to me. I just can't, and I can't find where I wrote it down somewhere, but I just can't not remember where I got it. Try one more of those. That way I'll have 6 of them. Tap another circle hook one. You pee on his spot. What? I'll pee on his spot. Uh-oh. John's going to start marking territory. See, that one seems like it was wanting to come undone too. So, I don't know, when you say it seems like some line just makes the knot seem like it wants to come undone as well when you do a no-name knot. I don't know. I don't tie them very often. I don't catfish very often. But with you guys in this catfishing community, the fishing community in general, y'all have gotten us into the catfishing. Now, I don't know necessarily if that's no, that's a good thing, but it's expensive. I'm gonna do a purple one now. I'll put 2 beads on there underneath this thing. I'm not gonna stick one on top. We'll do 2, and that's just gonna be the simple basic dude right there. I'll cut that tag in though on the hook. Cut that tag in off. I was doing Palomars. the twist out of the line. I'll stretch it tight. That way it'll get the twist out and it'll lay in a big loop instead of being all curled up. All right. Let's you like catfish and blue catfish at Cheney? Yeah, I like catching any catfish, but blue catfish at Cheney. We a couple years ago, before it all went low, and then we had trouble fishing from bank. Being in the wheelchair, it's nice to have access to the bank, but when the water's so low, the beach is so long, you just can't get there right. You know what I mean? So let me traverse through the house here, and we'll go outside. Gregory wanted me to show y'all his fish tank. So there's that. The shop fish tank's what we're calling it. We got us a stump in there. We got out at the farm. I put 15 pounds of lead in that thing to get it to sink. So, but he's happy with it. He really likes it. That's all that matters to me. So, and then I got the cowl painted on my Rambler, but then I realized that this part wasn't down enough, so I drilled some holes through there, and we're going to weld that up. But that's just kind of this is my side project. We'll go out here and check my smoker. I have to put my phone down. Get on my rant. Drop the lid, David. Got 3 little. That's wild hog right there. That's what that is. That's a couple haunches right there, you know, the good stuff. And we got her set on 200 because we're slow cooking it for now. Sorry about that, son. A lot of people do their meat at 225, and I found out that if you do that wild hog at 225, you get a little stringiness. So if you do it at 200, it gets 200 for about 4 hours or so, and then wrap it up good, put some apple juice in there, and then after you get the apple juice in there, right, you know, and wrapped it up and put it back on there for a few more hours, she'll get real tender. So that's what I'm looking for. But there's kind of a bit of a glare going on there, wasn't there? So now I'm gonna go ahead and I'll color up a few jigs while we got y'all. It is gonna probably get a little noisy, and I do apologize. Maybe we put you back over here a little bit away from, you know. Let me stack some stuff up here and see if I can get. My tripod is in the truck. So if we make this flat, and then there you go. That might hold there long enough. So the other thing is I'm gonna color up a few of these, and I got some stuff that I was doing. Where did they go? Oh, I did use all of them, didn't I? That's why I didn't. I was like, oh no, they're down here. I put them down, and I was like, Dave, what'd you do with them? You didn't use them all. I thought I used them all for a minute. All right, I didn't use them all. They're right here. So I need to color some stuff for the Castaway Cruise skunk board by, you know, Tim, Catfish Dog Tim. He got a skunk board for everybody, and these are the skunk jigs. Now, I didn't get to them, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, I guess now, like I wanted to. I did a few of them, and then I got sidetracked and forgot about it. So, right now, we're going to get on it. And this is my custom color. That's why it's in. That's Bigfoot blood. Got my little rack down here. I'll turn the oven on and bake these off for a minute. And a lot of people use flow beds. Put your paint in these little flow jars. I've got them, I just don't use them. To me, it's easier to tumble my powder and do what I want with it. I get more consistent that way. I don't get cone heads. Now, sometimes I don't get enough paint on it. Or sometimes I get too much paint on it and do get cone heads. But if you get cone heads, you just tie them for yourself or give them as a giveaway while you're out somewhere. You see little kids kind of think they're cool because they got a knot on its head. And you all know, I'm about making the little ones happy. This is what we're supposed to be doing. Is the fishing community isn't just about us; it's about the little ones as well. Granted, we like to go have fun catching big fish and stuff, but I'd much rather go catch bluegill and crappie and stuff like that, which seems like more kids want to do that kind of thing too. So that was real light. We'll get some skunky jigs all. Ooh, I should have turned that oven on. I gotta kind of do a little circle round thing right there. Alright, I go turn my oven, huh? If I back up and try to go like this way, I hit my car wheel. So it's easier to turn this way, go that way, turn around, and then go that way. But I went and turned the oven on. You see, that's that Bigfoot blood. Avid's color. He's like, I want a red. And I was like, okay. So I made him I poured up some and colored some red. He's like, I don't like that, it's too red. Then I got a different color red. He's like, I don't like that, it's too shiny. And I got a different color red. I don't like that, it's too bright. And I got a different color red. I don't like that, it's too dark. So then I was like, okay, so now I know what you want. So I went and played around and took all them different reds, and I got a formula that I know that it's not all red. One of them's not a red color. One of them's a candy with flakes. But I got all that down, and I know what I need to do to make this color. But this color is not just for anybody. I do tie jigs that have a disco red, but yeah. So I don't know how many skunk jigs he's gonna need, because apparently most of y'all can't fish. No, I'm teasing. No, seems like there's been quite a few skunks lately. I've been skunked a couple times recently myself, so. But yeah, for the nights that y'all can't catch no fish, and you get put on the skunk board, we're going to give you a reward and get you some of these, and maybe you can catch a fish. And if you can't catch a fish with these, then maybe you need to contemplate whether you should be fishing or not. Yeah, Detroit does smoke, but a Detroit's more reliable than a Cummins, in my opinion. Every vehicle's got its quirks. Every vehicle has its, problems with it. And if you're aware of the problems and address the problems, then you shouldn't have problems. I don't care what you own. My thing is the Dodges have the worst front ends there is. I have a friend that has a front end alignment and tire shop, and he says Dodges are the worst for the front. Then comes Ford, then comes Chevy. But it also depends on 3/4 ton, half ton, all that stuff. Now Chevy's got the Chevy Tick and all that stuff. There's actually the recall for the 6.2 and what have you. But I mean, that's an easy fix. That's $4,000. Go buy a cam, put it in, new lifters. There you go. It's fixed. Nah, they tick for a long time before they go out. Problem is with those, it's the valley tray. The valley trays don't hold the rockers in, or the lifters in there straight, so they get a little offset. And with a roller rocker, if you go from here to here, it's just going to eat, eventually it's going to eat away with that roller, and then it loses it. But also the variable valve timing, they collapse down and don't, when they're not full of pressure, so it shuts the valve down, so you can have your, your VVT crap and your displacement on demand stuff, and you can get rid of all of that, then you don't have a problem. I got a little plug-in thing that I plug in that keeps it out of four-wheel, or out of four-cylinder mode, and keeps it in V8 mode, which that right there keeps the oil pressure up and the lifters pumped up, and keeps, everything working as way it was. When you start taking oil out of lifters and letting them collapse, yeah, they're going to get to where they get stuck and get stiction in them, and it's just going to be a pain in the butt. But, all right, that just didn't look like it had enough on there. I don't think it did. So with y'all, apparently there's enough people that haven't been catching fish. I probably ought to just, like I was going to tie up a dozen jigs, but I mean, we're talking about y'all. The way Gregory talks, some nights y'all just don't catch nothing. I think it's funny because he really loves you guys, and it's just, he's like, they didn't catch nothing. I stayed up as long as I could. They didn't catch nothing. But I'll show you how many I got here. But I think it will help for now. So we'll get these tied up, and y'all are gonna, I mean, in that there's just gonna be 2 or 3 jigs in one pack. And I'm gonna try to get some spinner blades tomorrow, beetle spin stuff. So we'll get those and add them in there. But I gonna put these in the oven now. Let's see if we can yep, it's fishing. Nah, I'm just razzing y'all. I think it's funny. We'll see if that sets there. Why I get these in the oven. Right. Those will take a little bit in the oven, and we can get those done. So, but I just want to come up here for a little bit, show y'all what I was doing and things like that. And y'all want to see, have y'all ever seen the front of this car? I think every time I've had it live on this channel out here, we've the car's been back there. So I'll give you guys a little quick peek of my 64 Rambler. So here's the engine. I redid that engine like 8-9 years ago, and got us a nice aluminum radiator, People think that sometimes these cars are hard to find parts for, but this subframe, like the unibody part of it, them they're the same as a lot of the other Ramblers and AMCs. So the Hornet, the Javelin, the AMX, all those, the Rebel, the Machine, all them cars had the same basic design for the front. Now it was width and length and different, this. But this suspension and stuff, that was the same on all the V8 cars were the same, and all the inline six cars were the same. So you can take different year, and like even with this, the windshield wipers, if you get an electric motor from a Gremlin or a Javelin or something like that from the mid 70s and stuff, you can put it into this and replace the hydraulic or the vacuum wiper. But I still got to do some work on this car. Here's my umbrella rod holder that I made. My ADD's catching in. I keep getting off subject. I'm sorry. But I made that for this big umbrella, and I had it standing up. I'll post it on Facebook. But you can see where I replaced the metal in the side of the car. That was all rotted out. I mean, this whole thing, I replaced all of that. Everything is all, it was bad. So I'm going to clean this up in here a little bit and then put seam sealer over that. And then we'll shoot some more of this underlining stuff. We'll shoot some more of that back up in there, and you'll never notice where I did the repairs. I mean, I've got it all on film, and it's all on my other YouTube channel, so it's not like I'm hiding anything. Yeah, my dad's got a 64 Nova. It's a late 63, but it's titled as a 64. And it's got a 327 in it and a Muncie 4-speed. It's a pretty valuable car, and he bought it back in the early 90s, and he's had it ever since. It's only ran for about, maybe 20 hours. But it's a dang race car, and it's got such a big cam in it. It doesn't want to idle right. Has, I mean, it's just too much power. I mean, that car, it's a 400 plus horse 327. So it's a bad car. I drove it a few times back in the day when I had possession of it. I drove it around for about a week until it caught on fire. The wiring harness caught on fire, and then we parked it, and it set and never done it. That car, it lifted the front driver tire off the ground. So it was a fun car. It's just sitting out there, and he's in a nursing home, so I guess it's pretty much my car. When I get time, we'll go get it, put it out of their garage and somewhere else. Maybe if I get done with this Rambler, we'll get on it. Hey, squirrel. Magnet fishing, how you doing? Yeah, I don't know. I got a 77 Malibu that's the car that, dang fly. That's the car that I want to get in here next. It's my buddy's car that he bought in high school, and so that's what we have all of our memories and everything's in that car. Me and Naomi were dating when he had that car. First time we made out was in the back seat of that car. It's got some memories, even just for me, being that it was my buddy's car. It's still memories. So I bought it from him, and I just don't have it here yet because the Rambler's in the way. But I got all the work done on the Rambler. So, like I said, I just got that little piece right there. And then, so the doors are done. So I welded up all the holes for the trim on the doors. And same with the fenders. The only thing I got left to do is weld the holes up on the fenders. Once I get that done, the fenders will be done. But I got most of the primer and stuff. It's just work. I mean, it takes a long time to do a car. So, especially, you know, the extent I went to, because this car here, I'll show you some more stuff that'll freak y'all out. Let me get a light, actually. That would help for y'all to see. I know this is a fishing channel, but this is also our life. So this is one reason why we don't go fishing every day, is because I have other things to do. Gregory wants to spend time. I think he was either in there on watching one of y'all somewhere, or watching somebody somewhere, or he's playing video games. So, all right. So what we got is, you can see that there's weld right there and right there, and then there's a weld right here. So that's a patch. Then you can see that that's a patch. And then get this to set here. Anyways, come on, sit there. You gonna sit there? You're gonna sit there, right? But this is a patch right here too. And then there's another patch down over there. So this car, basically, when I pulled it off the trailer, this thing about folded in two right here at the firewall. So it was pretty bad. And then the floor and everything is great. Underneath the car is perfect. It was where all the leaves and all that junk was piled up around the cowl and all that. And then what was kicked up behind the fenders. Let's see if I get turned right there. So there's this little dust guard that goes right here, that all the stuff packed in behind there and just got packed in there and rotted it out. Even this bar is new. I put this bar in because all of this was bad. So if you can see, there's a scar here, over here, and then back down, because that's all new metal behind this. And then this whole piece is new metal, and then this whole thing is new metal. And it was the same way on the other side. So just working on cars is fun to me. Just like tying jigs is fun to me. Fishing is fun to me. I got ADD, y'all know that. My mind goes everywhere. I do so many things at once. It's just how I work. Hope to see it when it's done. Yeah, I'll show it on here. So right now, right now I'm working on this. So I don't know how well y'all can see that with the sun. But right now I'm working on this. It's just not quite level right in this where I'm putting my finger. So, and that was because of this patch on this side was huge. And then this spot that's right here has still got a dent down there because I had to replace that whole entire piece. All of that is all brand new 2004 Chevy steel. I took in my old Silverado that my son had. He rolled it and it was a little damaged, so we cut it up and used parts of it that when we needed to. But y'all want to see something before Don R sees it? Here's Don R's rod holders. All I gotta do is bend them and paint them. I'm gonna do that here after a little bit, probably another hour or so when I get done with these jigs. Maybe a couple hours. I'll have his bent and painted today. I gotta smoke that meat, so I'll be out here all day in and out. But you can tell Don R when you see him that I seen your rod holders before you got to see them. Let's see, this oven's done. Oh yeah, the oven's got about 3 more minutes on it. Just sitting around sometimes, you just, I see this is my view from my shop. I mean, all I gotta do is look at the neighbor's house, but it's not a bad house to look at. They're never outside. I mean, they got stuff in their yard, but it's no different than me. I got stuff in my yard too. I'm not as clean as the city's complaining about that little bit of stuff right there. And then they complain about that stuff right there. But you know what? It's been there the last, oops, sorry about that. It's been there the last 3 years. I'll go out and move it. I'll put stuff right. They get mad when I park cars there too, but I don't care. I kind of should here. I think that's what I'll show the. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna see if I can get y'all to set here somewhere. I'm gonna set that umbrella holder thing that I made back up. I'll show you all that. Kind of hard to push into the driveway like that. That driveway is so hard of dirt. But the thing with my rod holders got 2 legs on it. And if you wiggle the rod holders like this, they go down in the dirt. You just got to go side to side. And if you go like that and push down at the same time, they'll go down in the dirt. Don't just try pushing it down. You'll have to beat on it. Gotta kind of do this in stages. These things weigh like probably 12, 15 pounds. They're pretty heavy. So how y'all like that? And it's a little windy out. If you can see that tree over there, it's pretty windy. So that thing's gonna move a little bit, but if you keep it level, it shouldn't do too bad. I think it's awesome. As you can see, it's swaying a little bit. You know, it might need a guide rope or something like that, because normally it's got a table holding that thing, you know, because that's a table umbrella. So like right here where my finger's at, normally there'd be like a so, but I'm thinking like when we go fishing and stuff, I'll take that thing and set it up. I just made that little rod holder out of some pipe and stuff, and I was going to show you, it's got cup holders on it too, is what those, that's what them 2 things are. And they barely fit a bottle of water, because that's just some 3-inch exhaust and some 2-inch exhaust with the piece of rod that, you know, I messed up when I was bending my rod holders. It's just a piece of rod that got messed up, so it's trash. And I could have cut it in little sections or whatever, but I went ahead and I made that thing. So, you know, it works. I mean, I'm in the shade. I can check my food. Ooh, that looked good too. No, I'm not selling them. I just made it for fun. You know, I mean, I suppose if somebody wanted to buy one, but that'd be pretty expensive. With all of everything I have in that one, I mean, you'd be talking almost 45, 50 bucks if I had to buy the material. Now, if I had some scrap laying around like that was, you know, that was just a piece of 7-inch, 3-inch exhaust. It was 3-inch exhaust, 7 inches long. And then a piece of 2-inch exhaust that I had left over from the Rambler when I did the dual exhaust on the Rambler. But also, here, I'll show you that. I mean, you guys seem like he was a little interested in the Rambler too. So here's something like, see my exhaust? Here's the exhaust tip under the sock. You see that? What do you not see? You see that? You see all that? There's no mufflers on this car. She's a little loud. Yeah, okay. I don't. I can have it running in probably about 3 hours. All I gotta do is put the car back on, run the rest of the fuel line up here, put gas in it, put oil in it, water in it, you know, that kind of stuff. I need to get a set of make your own spark plugs and you know, some wires. Either I get a spool of wire and a set of ends and make some spark plugs. I don't like the way these plugs that I got from Rock Auto is where I got these, and they're all not the right length, so I don't like it. See here, I'll show you guys. The wind's really kicking up. So you can see that thing's moving, but it's holding. I mean, worst case scenario, gets sucked up out of there and flies away like Mary Poppins. Be like floating off. I mean, it is Kansas. Anything could get sucked up any second, just be gone. So I'm gonna go take it down anyways. I go back down. It's easier to go around the other side of the car. I don't know why that thing keeps doing that. It keeps wanting to switch the direction of my screen. When I set my phone down, I can't decide which way it wants to be. I have to set the phone back down to go take it down. We'll go. But yeah, when we go, if we go take this fishing with us, like I want to, that's why I built it, was to take it fishing with us on days that it's warmer and I can get out of the sun. Being on blood thinners, you're not supposed to be in the sun that much like that. And for some reason, Gregory always wants to go fishing between noon and 4. He never wants, I mean, it's like he wants to go fishing right after lunch. He wants to stay there until like 4, which I don't like because it's the heat of the day. Yep, straight piped. That's what I wanted for the Rambler, 2-inch, both sides, all the way down. See, originally this car had 1.5-inch exhaust coming off the manifolds into a 2 1/4 exhaust, and that's fine for what it is. But I wanted the sound, and you know, I mean, it is an old hot rod. It's not. It doesn't have a big rake. As far as the way its stance is. So if you like look at the Rambler stance though, it's still got it's got a rake to it. It's kind of hard to see, but the back end's a couple inches higher than the front. The back's got bigger tires. And it's got that big old Spicer 53 rear end in it. So it's got like a 9 1/4-inch ring gear in it. They're good cars. They ran good. It got only gets like 12 miles a gallon, but you know, what do you expect out of something that old? Back then, when gas was 15 cents a gallon, they didn't care. I don't know what gas was in '63, but I'm sure it was probably anywhere from 15 to 20 cents. Not like now. It's gone up a little bit here in the last couple weeks, but it'll go back down again here before too long. But anyways, I think I'm going to go ahead and call this live. I'm getting kind of warm. I'm gonna go get those jigs out, and I don't know if I'll tie them yet or not. I'll tie them here today though. I need to get some out to Tim, Catfish Dog. So anyways, it's kind of hot, swelterly. It's almost 90 here with 65% humidity. It's not bad, but it's enough. I think we're supposed to have some more storms, but I'm not for sure. I don't know if we're done with it or not. But the other thing is our lake is at 4 foot. Whoops, my thumb was in the way. Our lake's at 4 foot low now, so we've gained 4 feet in 30 days. So that's awesome. And it's just going to keep going up, and Gregory's comfortable now loading the boat as much as he's going to get, I guess. He fell in, so it gave him a little scare, but he's over it. He's already been telling his brother, well, if that's all that's going to happen, I don't know why I was scared. So that's awesome. Wonder if I can take them jigs out yet without burning my hand. Nope, pretty warm. Here, I'll show you what we did. So after we baked them, they got super shiny. So we'll leave that door cracked open, let them cool off. But like I said, y'all, I appreciate you. Y'all are awesome. It's going to rain here, 10 degrees cooler anyways, always. Shade is always 10 degrees cooler. Yes, sir. It sure is. That's why I was like, Naomi's like, why don't you just get an umbrella for your chair again? And I was like, you know what? I'll just make a stand I could shove in the ground and put the umbrella in it. She's like, we got all the stuff out there. You might as well. She said all snotty like that. I was like, oh, really? All right. So I got up and went and did it. I did this the other day. So it gave me something to do that day. It was between the rain. So I finished up those rod holders. I just got to bend them and paint them. I'll do that here in a minute. I got to go inside, though. It's getting kind of hot. I'm getting that under boob sweat. So, all right, y'all. Y'all be blessed and have a great and wonderful week. I just wanted to pop up here for a little while, see what everybody was doing, show y'all what I was doing. And, you want to, here, let's just take one more look at this meat. You know y'all want to see it. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. So look at that, that's some lunch right there. They still got a few more hours. And I got greasy paws. But anyways, it's hot down this side of my house. Oh, hey, well, I do got you in here real quick. See, look, there's tomatoes. Y'all want to see some tomatoes before we go? I'll show you my tomatoes. I know I'm making y'all look at that sun again. I apologize. Look, I got some tomatoes. I see a sucker growing off of that too. I gotta bust that thing off of there. See, now you can take this. This is a sucker. So, try to get y'all where you ain't in the sun. And take this, bust that off. Bust that one off. Bust that one off to where you got this right there. Now you go stick that in the ground in some potting soil. Put it in your window, water it for a week. That'll grow roots on there. If you got a lot of rain where it's just been raining every day, you stick that in the ground, it'll grow its own roots. So usually when I do these, I'll stick them in a Dixie cup. I'll get some soil in there, I'll squeeze the water out of the soil, I'll put it in the Dixie cup, I'll stick this in the Dixie cup, and then I'll put a clear Dixie cup over the top of it. And give a little bit of humidity, what have you, and that'll grow a plant. But for now, we're just gonna let the yard eat it. I break those runners off because I want the fruit. I don't want all the leaves. And if you break those runners off, See, like there's tomatoes there, there's tomatoes there, and there's tomatoes there. But if you break those runners off, if further it goes up, that'll put off an extra bud or two, and you just get it. I mean, that's my experience. I don't know if it's completely 100% accurate or not, but that's what we're rolling with. And then get you, man, I keep making y'all look at that sun. Like I said, I'm sorry, but I get you over here so you can see what we got. Pull that dead leaf off. Look at that chili. Look at that thing. That's about ready. There's some more right there. Come on, Dave. 4-wheel drive it. See, there's some more chilies, and there's some serrano ones. Keep put here. We're gonna. Sorry, you're gonna look at the sun again. All right. So, look at them. There's jalapenos. That's what I was trying to get over to. Fight this dirt. Look at that jalapeno. Here, let's pull that one off. Look at that. Look at that thing. That thing is huge. I'll be going with dinner tonight. I pinched my fat with my wheel. I have another dang bruise. All right, that's a nice pepper. That's a really nice pepper. But there's the rest of it, and I'm not going to struggle through this crap trying to show y'all the rest of it, but there's the rest of it. Peace, y'all. I love each and every one of you. You're great. I'm getting some health back. I'm just taking it easy. So, you know, go one day at a time. I keep waking up thanking God that I'm here, and praise that He let me have another day with my son and my wife, and well, all my boys, my friends, everything. I just feel blessed. So it's my responsibility to keep myself healthy and lose some weight. So see y'all later. Bye. How do I end this thing? I'm not in. There we go. Okay. All right. Gave you a